Good evening everyone and welcome to this Bowers & Wilkins event at Hi-Fi Klubben. My name is Ole-Vidar Andersland and I am the Nordic product manager for Bowers & Wilkins. Before the Hi-Fi Klubben staff kick off, I would like to give you a short presentation and brief on the new CM series from Bowers & Wilkins. It all started in 2006 with the introduction of the CM1 speaker. This was a small, compact, luxurious speaker with good sound. And it was intended as a single speaker only, not a complete series. But due to popular demand from both customers and dealers, we in 2007 introduced the CM7, a floor-standing version of the CM series. Since then, during the next years, we introduced a CM8, a CM9, a CM5, and last year in 2013, we introduced the CM10, the top-ranging model of the series. With the CM10, we had the possibility to introduce several new speaker technologies that was not available when we made the CM1, the CM5, and the CM8 and CM9. And we soon realized it was time to upgrade the old CM models to CM10 level. What we didn't want to change on the new CM model was the design. The customer loved the design of it. They loved the concept of having a small, luxurious looking speaker with good sound quality. So we soon decided as well, we didn't want to do as much. As you can see, you have the old CM1 here and the CM1 Series 2 on the left. We have made some small changes to the drivers and we have made some changes to the tweeter and the tweeter trim. The biggest change is actually that we have incorporated a grill that protects the fragile tweeter from babies' fingers or grown-ups' fingers. So, we soon established we wanted to make a CM series that looked like the old series. But still we wanted to make it all new and better sounding. So everything you see inside the speaker, or everything you cannot see inside the speaker, is new compared to the old versions. Here we have the CM8, the smaller floor-standing model of the new series. First of all, I would like to talk a bit about the new tweeter technology. From the outside, this new tweeter looks almost like the old one, but it's very different. It's a so-called double dome tweeter. This means that there actually is not only one dome, but is a second dome glued to the back of the first one. The dome is the silver-colored thing you can see there. One of the problems about using aluminium domes is that they break up. In practice that means that they work as a perfect piston until a certain frequency where everything goes wrong. All metal tweeters will go wrong, and the question is, how far can you push it before this happens? On the old CM series, the tweeter used in the old CM series, everything worked as intended until they reached 30,000 Hz. That is far away from the human hearing range, but we could do better. So we developed the double dome tweeter, a stiffer one that could go as far up as 38,000 Hz before so-called breakup. Here you have an illustration showing the difference between the new and old CM series tweeter. To the left you see the old tweeter and what occurs to be breakup. In practice it means that the tweeter does not move like a perfect piston anymore. It starts twisting and bending while moving, and thus breaking up and producing distortion. The animation to the right shows the new tweeter, both operating at the same frequency, and as you can see, the tweeter to the right moves like a perfect piston. It doesn't break up, it doesn't produce distortion. It's a huge difference when it comes to sound quality between the old and new version of tweeter. So why do we want to push the breakup as far away from the human hearing range as possible? Yes, because when a tweeter breaks up, it produces a lot of distortion. Distortion is not something you want when you have a speaker, because it adds sound to the original signal. It colors the sound. So that was the new double dome tweeter used in the CM series. We made one other radical change to the new tweeters compared to the old ones. That is a technology called decoupling. When a speaker driver moves, it produces energy, it produces resonances. These resonances and vibrations move from the drivers into the speaker cabinet, and they will affect each single driver mounted in the speaker. The problem with the tweeter is that it moves very little. And if it vibrates at the same time as it's supposed to move, you don't get good sound. That's why we use decoupling, because we don't want the energy, we don't want the vibration coming from the cabinet reaching the tweeter. Instead of mounting the tweeter in the cabinet in the traditional fashion using screws, we have the tweeter suspended in gel, meaning that energy coming from the cabinet will not reach the tweeter. It will stand still while it's producing sound, giving much better quality. You get more details, you get more spacious sound. Let's move on to the next driver, the bass mid-range driver. Here you can see the old CM1 and the CM1 Series 2. The 5-inch Kevlar driver looks almost identical, but there is a vital difference between the two. While the old CM1 uses a standard face plug, bullet-shaped face plug, the new CM1 driver has an anti-resonance plug. It's a foam plug inserted into the voice coil of the driver, the center of the driver. The anti-resonance plug has two major functions. Number one is to stiffen up the voice coil of the driver. Because when the speaker moves and the voice coil moves, it will actually twist and bend somewhat. And when it does, it produces distortion and it adds sound. That's not a part of the original signal. We don't want that. We want as little distortion as possible to let through as much details as possible. All the small details in the music. The second effect of the anti-resonance plug is that it absorbs unwanted energy that will occur in the driver diaphragm. Again, reducing distortion, taking away coloration, giving a clearer, more detailed sound from the speaker. Here you have the CM8. That's a proper three-way driver, meaning that you have dedicated mid-range and dedicated bass drivers. We still use the same technology, derived from the 800 series, meaning that we have a Kevlar FST mid-range driver for clarity and speed. We also use paper Kevlar bass drivers, which are light, stiff, and able to produce dynamic bass. One of the key features about the higher-end models from Bowers & Wilkins is the tweeter on top. What is tweeter on top? It is, as the name says, it's a tweeter that's mounted on the top of the speaker cabinet. You get several sonic advantages when you take the tweeter out of the main cabinet and put it on top of the speaker in its own dedicated cabinet. First of all, you get a much smaller cabinet, and the best cabinets are the small ones, especially for the high-frequency drivers as tweeters. So by using a smaller cabinet, you get better dispersion. In practice, that means that everybody that's listening to the speaker, even if they're sitting right in front of it or to the left, to the right, they will get the same sound. Putting the tweeter on top will also improve stereo image. So far, this speaker on top technology has been reserved for our more expensive speaker models. Now with the new CM Series 2, we introduce tweeter on top technology in a less costly speaker. This is the new CM6 Series 2, our least expensive speaker using tweeter on top technology. These were some of the new technologies that we have been able to incorporate in the new CM Series 2. I could have talked about the new crossovers, the internal wiring, the input terminals, but I'm sure that the Hi-Fi Klubben staff will give a good and detailed explanation of those upgrades as well. So, what's the sonic result of the new CM series, the upgrades we made to the new CM series? Well, we are much closer to the top range 800 series than we have ever been, and at a much lower cost. That's what we want to do. Our technicians, our engineers, they spend a lot of time to trickle down technology, which means that they have expensive new technology and they spend a lot of time making it more affordable so we can use it in CM series as well. We at Bowers & Wilkins are extremely happy about the new CM series. We feel that it is good value for money. It offers you extremely good sound quality and good looks with real wood veneer and attractive design. Please enjoy this evening, and I hope you have the opportunity to listen to several of the new CM series speakers. And thank you for listening.